graduation ceremony for the North Seattle Institute of English for summer quarter 2006. So thank you for joining us. We have our graduates waiting, and they're going to enter the room once we begin the pomp and circumstance. Candidates for graduation for North Seattle Institute of English. And now welcome Executive Dean for International Education and Continuing Education, Catherine Riley.
Hello there and welcome, and congratulations to our graduates and to all of you for completing your quarter. And we appreciate you coming to North Seattle Community College to improve your English. And I did want to introduce our speaker today. And Alan Ward has been with us at the college for many years, but before he came to work in community colleges, he used to be on Wall Street. So if you need to know about your stocks and your investments, you might just check with him right after the ceremony and ask him how to, which one you should be doing right now, because I always ask him. And usually I can't afford them, the recommendations. So, and he really, even though he's our vice president here for our financial and our budget issues, he pretty much oversees all the budget for the college and works district-wide on the budget. But he also cares a lot about student success. And I know we have lots of talks about that, and we talk about how what we are doing helps you to do the things you want to achieve in your future. And so we thought it would be fun to have him come and talk to you today, because you're finishing your intensive English, and we're all here to celebrate that with you. And we know you're probably going on to many other difficult things, although I'm not sure learning another language might be the most difficult thing any of us ever trying to do. It's very complicated to learn another language. And so we would like to have Alan Ward come up and say a few words to celebrate his graduation today.
Well, it's so nice today. Now, in a little while, you see my photo up on the screen. I'm selling copies of it for $100. And there's one autograph for $200. And if you don't want one, you have to give me $300. So I'm really glad to be here. These are really the fun things that we actually get to do here at the college. They actually call me the vice president for money, and so I'm always handling the money of the college. And there was a sort of a joke about me when I was on Wall Street. I made a lot of people millionaires, but they started with $1 billion. And they ended up millionaires. So, but anyway, I just want to talk to you just in terms of what we try to do here at North. First of all, we're all very happy to be here to learn English, and you look very excited. Are you excited and happy? Yeah. So just make sure that you tell all your friends about us, and then if you want to come back and further your education, you're very happy to welcome you. So it's really a special day. I've often said that the thing about education is it can solve most of the problems of the world. We have a much, much better world if we were all educated, we had open minds, listen to other people's opinions, because it's really a lifelong experience. And as I look over the time that I had in school and some of the things that I learned, and then you combine that with experiences that you later have in life, it really is a good combination. So I really hope that you do come back here to really further your studies. Now, they actually hired me today to sing and dance.
Excellent. I was waiting for that call.
But then they saw me sing and dance. And they said, well, why don't you just give a brief speech? So I only have 2 hours. And so the first hour, I'm going to talk about the history of the college. I'm going to talk about the future. We're only going to talk five minutes. And I just want to tell you, there are really a lot of things that happen at a college, but one of the things that we really learn is that we work with different people from different backgrounds, different cultures. Our staff is like that, our students like that, and so we all learn. Because learning really continues on for life. It's not just going to classes and taking tests and then graduating, but then you take that education and then you apply it, and you really make the world better. You can go on to invent better video games, you can invent cell phones at work, and if you really want to get rich, you start a company like Microsoft. So, but I was wondering if anybody had any questions that you'd like to ask about the college, or want to ask anything about your experiences, anything that you'd like to know. Well, we are very happy that you came here. And again, if you had a positive experience, please further education by staying here or telling your friends about it. So, does anybody in the audience have any questions? I know. How long are you planning to speak? Okay, so anyway, I think I covered everything that I really wanted to cover, but that quote that I had up here really is pretty important. Education is a gift to yourself, and it's something that no one can ever take it from you. It's yours to keep, and it's a great value, and you just add to it as time goes on, and you really find that you have a very positive and happy life. So go forth, make the world better. I'm glad that you came here. Congratulations, and I'm glad that I was asked to speak. I wasn't going to wear a cap, but I had trouble with my hair. I was with a flower in my hair. I had trouble with that too.
And now we're going to have a faculty member from North Seattle Institute of English come and introduce our student speaker, Chris Jenkins.
Important to have a representative from the graduating group address not only his or her peers, but also the guests who are here today. This quarter, I'm pleased to present Kelly to be the speaker for summer quarter.
She was very kind to help change my class schedule, although I returned to the original class. After After taking reading class for a couple of weeks, I realized